Shalom Aleichem and welcome to Machin Le'Ra online Smicha. We all know midvar sheker tirchak, you got to stay away from saying lies, and v'dover emes b'vavai, that even what you commit to in your heart you have to keep. But there is an interesting halacha called mechusrei amuna, and which basically means that a lack of faith, a lack of trust, when you commit to do something, even if it's in a way where you're not physically or legally, halachically obligated to do so, but it's a lack of faith. So the question which is discussed in Achronim Legabe teachers, a lot of times teachers promise, or even parents, promise kids prizes, and the question is, sometimes we overreact when we offer certain things, and maybe we don't even think through what we're saying. When you offer a prize, if a person does so and so, or you ask a question and a riddle, and if whoever finds the right answer will get such and such prize, do you have to keep it? Do you have to keep your offer? What's the reason why? Possibly not. Possibly not is you're a mature person, you're an adult, everything he says he has to keep, but because it's being given away to a cotton, and a cotton doesn't have all these issues of Gemiras Das, doesn't have the maturity to understand, to make a kinyan, and over here it was only a verbal, it's maybe cheap talk. The person never made a kinyan promising Avtacha, guaranteed that he's going to do it. Now, in Choshen Mishpat, Siman Reish Daled Seif Ches, speaks about the concept of mechusrei amana, lack of faith, lack of fulfilling your commitment. You say something, keep your word, and over there he makes a difference between if it's a large item or a small item. For a large item, the person was really hoping to get it, so he's putting all his eggs in his basket, really excited to get it. And when you don't give him what you promised, there's mechusrei amana. Whereas by something small, no, Shulchan Aruch says you could get away by not giving it, even in this mechusrei amana. However, the question is that applied by a child too? Because a cotton, from one hand, you said he has no legal halachic rights to make kinyanim, and he doesn't have the maturity. But from the other hand, that backfires on us, because dafka, he doesn't have that maturity. But for him, something small, which would be very insignificant to somebody older, he wants his little tchotchke. So, whereas a older person, a mature person, would have given, forget about it, dafnish the tchotchke. But for him, even the little tchotchke that you promised him means a lot. So we find that Chaim Zernefeld, I think, in his Svarim Paskins, that for a cotton, whatever haftacha, whatever promise or offer you made for him, there is an issue, there's a discussion, even if it's something small. We find this in this Child Shuvas Divrei Mishpat Siman Hayes Sifkat and Beis. He says even by a cotton, even by a matanim mu'etes, there might be a problem with mechusrei amana. Now, besides for this issue, there's a famous Gemara. The Gemara says in Sukkah Daf Mem Vav Amid Beis that Amar Rab Zera said, a person should never say things to children and not give them. Because if you behave that way to your child or to your student, you're teaching them how to lie. So mitzat chinuch, never don't fulfill your promise. Not as a promise, even though it's not a promise. Not your offer, your game. Always take care of, always fulfill their commitment. So I saw an interesting shaila. There was once a teacher that made a announcement. He says, whoever could find the letter Langefe in Berchas Hamazon will get a prize, a reward. Why did the teacher ask that question? Because the teacher is a mature person, a learned person, and he knows what Chazal say. Chazal say, the Be'er Heitev brings in Orach Chaim Siman Kuf Pei Hey, that there is no letter Langefe in Berchas Hamazon. And there's a reason. Why is there no reason? Why is there no letter Langefe? Because the af, anger, is with the Langefe, and the Chazal tell us Kol ha'mavarech birchas hamazon b'kavana. Anybody darvins says birchas hamazon with proper kavana, ein shaylut by loyaf, loyotzef, loyketzef. He rachman al-san. I mean, he'll be saved, pushed away from any anger, any trouble, milmayla. So he wanted to teach him this halacha. So he did it to them a trick. He says, if anybody finds the letter Fei in Birchas Hamazon, I'll give you a prize. So there was a studious child, and he says, oh, I have a letter Fei. Where do you have a letter Fei in Birchas Hamazon? In Al Nissim. In Al Nissim it says, Taf V'nashim. By Haman Rahman Aslan had a gzeira against Taf V'nashim. And Taf is a langer Fei. Now, obviously, to older person wouldn't use that as a upshlag, as something that he found, because Birchas Al Nissim is not part of Birchas Hamazon. So over here, the shaila was presented, even though halachically maybe the teacher had so many loopholes. It's a cotton, and it's not really Birchas Hamazon, but besides just teaching children that when you commit to give something, you should keep it. That he shouldn't learn to lie. It's preferable to give him a reward.